All right, this is American Contractor. Today is February the 11th, 2020. Hope everybody's having a great day. News article here. This is the 10th, which was yesterday. Explosion hits U.S. military convoy in Baghdad. And I told you in past videos that there'd be more attacks against U.S. forces as long as we remain in Iraq. And it's a given. As long as we have U.S. forces in Iraq, they're going to be attacked. So I don't think anybody was hurt in this vehicle, this attack right here. This is going to escalate as time goes on. It's not going to be, it's going to get back to normal where the U.S. forces under the NATO agreement do their security training with the Iraqi forces. It's just going to keep on. It's going to be an ongoing thing with the United States. I also told you about the waiver for the Iranian energy. I told you that they're going to be extending it in February, which is this month. The United States agreed to extend a waiver for Iraq to import Iranian energy supplies, including gas, to Iraqi government officials said on Monday. Washington has repeatedly extended the exemption for Baghdad to use crucial Iranian energy supplies for its power grid for periods of 90 to 120 days. One of the officials said the latest extension would last 120 days, so it's 4 months. So we'll say about 1 June, that's when the next extension will be. And they'll keep extending it. They're not going to shut it down, not yet anyway. They might shut it down in the future. They may not. They have to continue on with the sanctions with Iran. But they can't choke off Iraq at the same time. I think the U.S. government knows that. So this can continue on and supplying Iranian supplies to the Iraqi government for U.S. oil, U.S. Not U.S. oil. Sorry about that. I'm reading and I'm trying to talk at the same time. But as far as the Iraqi accepting Iranian oil, Iranian, goods and services, oil and gas, this is going to continue because they have a wide border, over 2,000-mile border with Iraq and Iran. They already did $10 billion in trade last year. They want to increase it. They already said they want to increase it to 20. I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Iraqi people are just going to say, hey, we don't want to do anything with the Iranian businesses and vendors that come into Iraq. Let's look at another article here. Pentagon slashes funding for Islamic State. I think we're going to be slowly drawing down our forces. We're still going to remain in Iraq, but we're going to slowly draw down what our capability is in Iraq because there's other spots in the region that need more attention, or in the world actually. They need more attention. The Donald Trump administration is again set to slash funding for the fight against the Islamic State and the new budget request unveiled today as Iraq leaders have publicly demanded an end to the U.S.-led combat mission. The Pentagon's request would slash funding for the U.S.-backed Syrian Democratic Forces to $200 million, down by a third from last year. And then overall, Trump seeking $900 million for the counter IS fight next year, 30% cut from current levels. Iraqi security forces, which have continued operations despite a U.S. pause after an uptick in tensions with Iran, received $645 million for the IS fight. Even as the U.S. troop footprint in Syria windowed just 600 American forces after Trump allowed a Turkish incursion into areas liberated from IS. The Pentagon insists that the budget strengthens the security capabilities. DoD partners countering IS to secure territory liberated from IS to counter future threats by training and equipping partner security forces. So we're just drawing down a little bit. We're not spending a whole lot of money because we're allowing the allies, allowing the Turkish, allowing the Iraqis to step up to the plate and start contributing to the fight with IS and contributing money. Why should be the United States always contributing money? That's Trump's thing. Let's see. There was another article here. Okay, Iraqi soldiers threats to overthrow Alawi in 3 days. The 3 days, I think it will be ending on Wednesday, either Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not sure what day he was counting day number one. It might be the Monday to the 10th of February. Al-Sadr, he switched sides. You see how he's for the protesters, backing them, saying, hey, I support you, continue on with your protests. And now he switched sides. He makes a trip to Iran, gets paid, some type of an agreement, and now he switched over and said, hey, I'm against the Iraqi protesters, and telling his followers, hey, squash those protesters. Call them blue hats. But and at the same time, gotta watch this, at the same time, he's telling the PM, the newly PM, Mohammed Alawi, to, hey, you need to form a cabinet and have no cabinet associated with any kind of, any kind of militia backings, Iranian backing, stuff like that. So, and Al-Sadr says to Alawi, must form an independent government within 3 days or face hell, warned leader Sadr's movement, Muqtada al-Sadr. That's pretty tough. I don't think he's going to find anybody. So probably chances are he's going to find some hell, like al-Sadr says, and get him removed. Who knows what's going to happen? I don't think he's going to find anybody in the Iraqi government or anybody in Iraq that's not associated with any kind of corruption, align themselves with Saudi or with Iranians. It's going to be tough. So we'll just see what happens. There was a article about the U.S. forces leaving Iraq, but the Central Command, CENTCOM, squashed that idea. It says here, the U.S. Central Command denies report of troop pullout from 15 Iraqi bases. I don't know if there is 15 Iraqi bases. They're counting, if there's 5 Americans at one building, they're probably counting that as a base. I don't know. I don't think there's 15 Iraqi bases with U.S. forces on them. U.S. Central Command denied reports about the withdrawal of U.S. troops from 15 bases in Iraq. Reports that the U.S. has pulled out 15 bases in Iraq are not correct, CENTCOM Media Relations Officer Major Beth Riordan said in a statement. So it's false, just false reporting. And the reporting, if you look at it, comes from Iran. Iran wants us out of Iraq so bad because they can't do a whole lot right now. They're doing a whole lot, but they really can't embed themselves in the Iraqi government like they want. This can be a bridge over there to Syria, Lebanon, and continue on with their logistics. And I think that's it as far as the articles. But if you like the video, appreciate you. Give me some likes, make a comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I'll try to maybe create another video here shortly. Thank you.